Okay, so now we're going to talk about the library workspace, as well as creating hardware and guest profiles. I've done demo videos about these already. This library workspace is what you see in front of you right now. You've got um, templates, you've got profiles, you've got equivalent objects, you've got cloud libraries, you've got your library self-server, your self-service user content user objects. Um, the let's see. So with templates, these are things like service templates, service deployment configurations, a VM template. This is actually a VM template that I built um, earlier today. It took about 40 minutes, approximately speaking. Or actually, you know what? I didn't. It took long. It didn't take that long to do this. Let me see if I can look at its properties. Anyway, the library allows you to manage your library servers and their locations. If you've only got the one server, then it is going to be your library server, your database server, the whole kit and caboodle. Um, you've got your profiles. These are your various kinds of profiles, guest OS profiles, hardware profiles, um, applications, Azure profiles, etc. And it will look, actually, let me, hold on. Okay, so I was never actually able to pick um, a, um, a hardware profile on this thing. Um, if you don't need all of these things for all these, for say, if you don't have a specific application profile that you're going to use, you can leave it alone. So cancel. Should do this. So as I said, you can manage your library servers and what's stored on them, profiles, templates, that kind of thing. So you can take guest OS profiles and hardware templates and VM templates, and I'll roll them up together, and you have it's a much quicker way to deploy a VM than to build everything from scratch. It's really not an efficient way to do anything. The library workspace will look rather like this. Um, Now the layout of this thing may change over time. Don't let that throw you, because the same kinds of things are there. Um, you can't see the library servers directly, but you're tying. If you had more than one library server, you might see it. In terms of creating a hardware profile, what this will allow you to do is create a whole bunch of virtual machines that look the same way. Basically, create an imaginary computer. Like, say for example, if you were to simulate a whole bunch of Windows 10 platforms running on Optiplex 550s or 560s or 5060s or whatever is current right now. You could create a template for that box. How much memory it has, how many what processor priority it runs with, what kind of hard drive it has and how many of them, whether it's Gen 1 or Gen 2, etc., etc., etc. If there's already a disk in the virtual DVD drive, etc., so that you can take that hardware profile and spawn off of a whole bunch of copies of it, like having 50 or 100 or 500 of the same computer on a physical campus somewhere. You can also create a guest OS profile so that it has, so it already has an admin password and a product key, and it knows what time zone it's in. If it needs to be in a work group, if it needs an answer file, or it needs to run certain things with GUI run once. It's like having an unattended installation, almost. It makes it a lot easier to spawn all this off, to create new systems quickly and identically to one another. All that you take the guest OS profile and the hardware profile, and particularly if you've got a VM template, which is what we're going to talk about next. If you've got a VM that you're going to use as the the image for this imaginary template, you can take those three things, the hardware profile, the guest profile, the guest OS, the VM, roll it up and turn it into a template, and then spawn new VMs at will. And that's what we'll discuss next. Thanks for watching.